Hi, Darin Mangum here, the PPM attorney. Just wanted to shoot a quick video to talk about a recent administrative law judge decision involving the SEC and a increasing reliance upon outside non-law firm consultants and non-attorneys when it comes to securities compliance. It's really kind of a pitfall that we're seeing a lot of, whether it's an issuer that's raising capital themselves, or maybe it's a registered investment advisor or a broker dealer, that oftentimes they'll try to save money by kind of cutting corners and engaging either a compliance consultant. Sometimes they're marketed that way. Or also just a non-law firm to help prepare their PPM. A great example is Regulation D Resources is one of those. And again, I'm not out there saying bad things about those either compliance consultants or non-law firm type groups like Regulation D Resources. But when it comes to an SEC enforcement action, certainly it becomes a very, very important because the issue becomes, oftentimes a client, if they've engaged a law firm, then they can use what's called the reliance on counsel defense, saying, "Hey, look, we had an attorney, securities attorney, vet our deal." And we relied upon the advice of counsel. And so because, if there was missteps, if there were things that didn't go right, well, obviously we're relying upon our counsel to advise us. And certainly that's a valid defense. It's not an absolute defense, but it certainly is a defense in certain circumstances, especially from a criminal standpoint. If there ever is a state criminal action brought, or even if it's a civil action brought by the SEC, certainly that plays into it. And so the issue comes into play when it comes to attorney-client privilege, with a compliance consultant or a company like Regulation D Resources. There is no reliance on counsel defense. It only applies to law firms, and also there is no attorney-client privilege. Again, anything that you're communicating, either while you're drafting the PPM or even during the course of the offering, that you're communicating with a securities attorney is confidential, is subject to attorney-client privilege. And even if you got subpoenaed, or if a law firm got subpoenaed, they could certainly rely upon that defense and say, "Hey, look, that's attorney-client privilege. We can't really even provide you with what you're asking for because it's attorney-client privilege. We can't talk about it or reveal that." And so, whereas if you're just relying upon a compliance consultant, or again a non-law firm like Regulation D Resources or one of those similar type companies, well, guess what? They get a subpoena. There's no defense. They're not the same. The same rules don't apply, and so they have to cough up everything that they've done, and they have to. There is no defense, and so when you're considering doing a private placement memorandum, or whether you're a broker dealer or a registered investment advisor relying upon one of these consultants, you can go ahead and rely upon or use a consultant, but you're definitely going to want a securities attorney to review their work and to make sure everything is compliant, because otherwise you're sort of exposed. You really can't. There really is no defense there, and so again, oftentimes clients, they try to think, okay, well, I'm going to save some money by going to a non-law firm type group like Regulation D Resources or some other compliance consultant. And really, that's not. It's really not the case. You can certainly get the same value. Oftentimes big law firms do charge quite a bit more for a private placement memorandum. But if you come to a specialty boutique law practice like mine, certainly we can deliver a flat rate fixed fee for very economical cost, and that way you've preserved that. So anyway, hopefully this video is helpful. Anyway, I'll provide a link to this recent court case. It was, and that way you can read up on it. But that's really the thrust of the matter. And in that situation, they couldn't rely upon a securities defense because they didn't have a securities attorney. They were just relying upon these consultants. And so, anyway, if that's applicable to you, again, I'm happy to chat with you about it. You can contact me at any time. If you feel like these videos are helpful, you can always give me a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my channel, or feel free to leave some comments, and I'll be glad to respond to those as soon as I can. So anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.